Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Shotgun Wedding, starring Jennifer Lopez and Josh Duhamel and Jennifer Coolidge as a couple who have a wedding and then they get interrupted by terrorists. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's The Pineys, books 1 through 9, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Speaking of Amazon, this is a Prime movie. Not so sure why they greenlit it with Jennifer Lopez, although she does look good in this. I just saw her in the Super Bowl, and she looked like she had gained some weight. She did not look good. Anyhow, she plays a bride who's getting married to Josh here, and this is... Jennifer Coolidge is Josh's mother, and she's complimenting her on her body. It's a weird moment. Weird moment as the couple was just about to get frisky, and the mother comes in. Anyhow, they're having a wedding on a tropical island, and she gives her a knife, and that's, they're having like family stuff. It seems pretty standard movie. And then her ex shows up, who looks like Lenny Kravitz. I'm not so sure it's him, but it looks like a guy who kind of has a Lenny Kravitz vibe. I don't know why he gets invited to the wedding. It's weird, like nobody knows how did he get here. So then they're having a wedding, and then the terrorists show up. I'm not sure why. That's not explained. I suspect it's because of the Lenny Kravitz looking dude. So then the bride and groom team up to fight the terrorists, but they suck at it, but somehow they manage to get away and light them on fire, but they also have this grenade for some reason, and then they keep getting shot at, and then they just happen to drop the grenade. They escape on a zip line and drop the grenade at the exact right time, and as people are shooting at them, and then I don't know, it's like a fun light movie, but it feels kind of stupid, where like the bridal party fights a terrorist organization and wins. Okay, I guess. I don't know, that seems a little wacky. And then Jennifer Lopez is thanking her for the knife later in the movie because I guess she used it to murder a terrorist. I just don't, there's something missing with this that I'm just not getting. Like, I get the joke. I mean, obviously the joke is, it's a wedding party interrupted by terrorists, and then the wedding party wins. It's not very realistic unless she's marrying a guy who could fight terrorists. Or does Jennifer Lopez have the terrorist fighting skills? Does anybody have skills to do this, or are they just such incompetent terrorists they win? So I don't know. Seems a bit too wacky. I mean, I'm dying for some comedy, but yeah, this feels like a comedy written by women. No offense, ladies, because everything centers around a wedding. And the producers of The Proposal, and who else? I don't know. Pitch Perfect. Okay, maybe this was written by women. I'm gonna guess it was written by women. Yeah, I mean, okay. I mean, wedding, wacky family stuff, whatever. And the guy, like Josh, keeps doing stuff to annoy Jennifer. Like, Jennifer seems to be able to take charge. At one point, she nearly shoots her sister. I don't know. Shotgun Wedding. I just don't get why this is a movie. If they're incompetent at fighting terrorists, why would they even try? Like, wouldn't they just go, oh, well, we'll just surrender and see what the hell these guys want and give them the ransom money and then be on our way? Like, that would be the smarter move than to try to fight terrorists, right? Because you would think that the terrorists would have some skills in the terrorism area, like wouldn't be easily fought off or lose their guns. You know what I mean? It just, you need some kind of setup here to make this work. Like, Josh is a cop. Like, John McClane situation. Maybe they're both cops. That would work. Then they could be moderately competent at fighting terrorists, even though they don't normally fight terrorists. Maybe they're into karate. I don't know. Something. Give me something to hang my hat on here. You're just telling me like a normal couple, an insurance salesman, and I don't know, a school teacher. They go away for a wedding, a tropical vacation, and then they're suddenly fighting terrorists and they're good at it. Give me something. Even if you just said in the setup of the movie that, I don't know, let's say Josh and Jennifer were both born under lucky stars and they have amazing luck. Okay. All right, so that's the premise of the movie. Their luck gets them through. I'm not saying it's a great premise, but I could suspend my disbelief a little bit because I could say, okay, so that's the premise of the movie. We're going to see an amazing array of lucky breaks here. Not, just an average couple who are like, oh, this isn't too hard, figuring out how to beat terrorists. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll do X, Y, and Z. Okay, yeah, that'll work. And just because Jennifer Lopez, her movie selections aren't so great. And it's not like her comic timing is anything to write home about. If anything, I'd want to see her in a movie where she's like a bee on wheels that, I'd see some kind of character like her, a famous singer who bosses people around, like the bad guy in a comedy. I could see her being that. The comedic lead, I don't know. She's been in a bunch of movies that I don't give an F about. And I'm not really buying her in any of them. Josh, he's an okay actor. Seems to be acting okay in the movie. I mean, it's really more of a vehicle for J-Lo, and Jennifer Coolidge, so yeah, this feels like I don't know, like a romantic, I guess it's a rom-com. So if you really suspend your disbelief and want to laugh at a crazy wedding party, I guess, I don't know. Personally, I hate weddings for a lot of reasons, but I won't go into. But yeah, I'm just not buying this. All right, so first act, these two are getting married. They're already on the island, and they're complaining about all the wacky relatives and things they have to do, and they're getting frisky. And then Jennifer Coolidge walks in and interrupts it. And now they're not getting frisky, and oh, we're gonna have a wedding, and everybody's annoying slightly, but everybody laughs with good humor, and then Jennifer's ex shows up. Like, who invites their ex to a wedding? It's tacky. Okay, he finds out where they are and shows up on his own because he has that kind of crazy money. All right. So you can't stop him because people have no control over their weddings, especially rich people. Anyhow, second act, the terrorists show up for reasons. I'm guessing it's her ex. That's just a guess. I don't know. Maybe it's Josh. It would make more sense if it was Josh or Jennifer and they worked in some line of work that involved terrorism, and that's why they have some skills to fight them, but I'm really not getting that from the trailer, so I have to assume it's her crazy ex. And they're really after him, but they end up holding the wedding party hostage, and then it's up to Jennifer and Josh to save them. And they're like a couple of bumbling idiots, but like, see, like normally they do this kind of movie with two people who aren't in love. These two were already getting married, so it doesn't kind of work. Like, to me, the way to do this would have been like Jennifer's getting married to a guy who she kind of doesn't love. but it's a marriage. Maybe it's a marriage of convenience, or she's kind of just sort of stuck, doesn't have the wherewithal to get out of it. And then Jennifer and her longtime high school friend, who she dated in high school, but now they're just friends, end up on this journey. And by the end of the journey, she realizes her jerk husband to be was partly responsible for these terrorists showing up in the first place, because he's a bit of a scumbag. And then Jennifer and her old high school crush save the day, and then they get married. And there's like a arc there, a character arc. There's no character arc for these two. They're already in love, and they're together at the beginning of the movie, and they're together at the end of the movie. So, what's the highlight of the movie then? Their wonderful action scenes with Jennifer Lopez. I mean, Jennifer Lopez isn't an action star. She's just not. Josh, how do you say that? Duhamel? I mean, he's okay. I don't really see him as an action star. Was he in anything action-y? He's not doing a lot of action-y stuff here. He doesn't appear to be competent in the action role, and neither one of them are. So, what am I paying to see here? I'm paying to see two people in love go on a journey in which they continue to be in love and save their wedding party. It doesn't seem like a good pitch. Seems like there's a big hole in it. And not sure why this got greenlit. Prime. Shotgun wedding also implies something else. For those of you who don't know, it's a bit of an old term. Usually means when somebody has sex with somebody's daughter, and then the father gets mad and forces the two to get married, maybe because the daughter's pregnant, or maybe just because the man had sex with her, and now he feels like, well, you got to marry my daughter now, and the daughter's totally into it because she just had sex with this guy and loves it, like that. So it could have been like that, where, I don't know, for whatever reason, the terrorists make two people get married who don't even know each other or had sex, and then they escape and they hate each other, and they were going to jet right after the sex, but now they're forced on this adventure, and in the end they realize, no, they're going to stay married because they love each other. There's two character arcs you could have gone with. I just don't. I mean, you can't just call it. I guess you can. I guess you're just calling it a shotgun wedding because there are guns in it and a wedding. Yeah, that's not the term. Hollywood. People who made this movie. Do we have credits? No. It's a Prime Video thing. I mean, I don't know. This was greenlit by the same people, I assume, who greenlit Rings of Power, so maybe that's why. Maybe that's why this isn't quite coming together for me. Any of the Rings of Power people work on this? Ugh. You were doing so well with Reacher, Prime. What the hell happened? Why didn't you go with that? Reacher was so awesome. Reacher's awesome. I'm psyched for the next season. I can't wait. That show, I could not stop watching this. Would I see it? Are you out of your mind? I don't care about this movie at all. I mean, I want to see it maybe to see how bad it is if I had that kind of time on my hands, but Jennifer Lopez should not be in this movie. No offense to Jennifer Lopez. She looks great, but she's a little long in the tooth to be playing the bride in the movie. This feels way more like a young actress's role. Same thing with Josh. I mean, he's a little old for this too. And I'm just not feeling it. I mean, I guess this is pitched to an older crowd anyway, because you got two older leads here, but it doesn't feel like it's got a lot of oomph behind it. It feels kind of tired and like, lame. So, not sure why they did this. If you're just looking for a thing to trot Jennifer Lopez out. And this isn't the first movie that Jennifer Lopez plays like a romantic lead, and it's just dumb. That Owen Wilson movie she was in, hoofa, that looked horrifically bad. This looks better than that. At least there's a little action in it, but it's kind of going for that romancing of the stone vibe. But the thing about romancing the stone, it kind of worked because I think the two leads were better, and they were about this age. It wasn't so routine a setup. It was more of a fanciful fantasy kind of thing. And it was kind of early on in those sorts of movies, like they weren't doing them all the time. They're kind of doing them all the time. Sandra Bullock did a movie where she's a romance writer and goes on an adventure, and it just looked dumb as F. This feels like that kind of vibe. I think you need either to turn up the realism to actually give us a reason how this could possibly happen, and how this couple could possibly survive. And look, I'll be willing to believe if Jennifer Lopez is that character, like she's the she's the terrorist fighter, and she's going to get married. She's finally given up her anti-terrorism ways and decided, I'm settling down. I'm going to have a kid finally. I'm going to give all that up. But the terrorists track her down anyway, and she uses all their skills. Oh, don't worry, honey, I'll save you. Like, that would be a cool movie. Obviously, this is built around her, so that's the way I would go if it's built around Jennifer. But then, like Jennifer Lopez, can she pull that off? I don't know. Now, Josh seems like more of a competent actor. I would lean more towards him because I think he's been in military movies at least, so I think that could work. But if he's saving Jennifer, is that the kind of movie you want? Not these days. Hollywood doesn't like those movies. But I think the ladies would love that movie. I think the ladies would love a movie where handsome Josh Duhamel, I can't say his name, saves the day and saves his bride. Jennifer Lopez is like, thanks, honey. Even if she just does a few things here and there, I mean, at least it would be grounded in a reality we could kind of get behind. This, I just can't get behind this. And Shotgun Wedding, yeah, it's a wrong term. Wrong term. Ugh. I feel like I just ate a bug watching this thing. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Here, let me show Little Joan so you don't know, so you know I wasn't pointing at my crotch. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more bass takes. See you tomorrow. I think that's about it. What am I forgetting? Oh, right. Saturday there'll be a signing at the Scary Stories Book Fest, and yeah, that's about it. So see ya.